Um, so today's Subhashakam Utsave Vyasane Chaiva Durbikshe Rashtraviplave Rajadware Shmashane Cha Yastisthati Sabandhavah. The words of this Subhashakam which are broken down here. So where is the broken down here? Only here. Yaha Tisthati. And also this should be Saha. This is some of the words you know here, like Tisthati, Saha, etc. So the meaning of the Subhashitam is simple. Utsave, Utsava means celebration, something for something happy celebration. Vyasane, something bad happens in the bad times. Cha eva, and also Durbhikshe. Durbhiksha means whenever there is not good times. When there is a you're not doing good, then Rashtra Viplave, in case of national calamity, then Rajadware, Dwaram means door, Raja means king, so in king's door. Basically means in when you are called for the by the king. What does it mean? In good times, and then Shmashane, in the cemetery. Shmashane is cemetery. Cha, yaha, cha means and. Yaha, one who, Tisthati, stands. Saha, that person, Bandhavaha, friend or a relative or a good friend. It's in a good times or bad times, one who stands or stays with you is a real friend.
Sorry, Sanjeev, wanted to ask about the vibhakti. They're all saptami vibhakti, these ones that end in A.
Yes.
Utsave. Oh, okay.
Yeah. These are most of them, all like Utsave, Vyasane, Durbhikshe, Rashtraplave, Dware, Smashane. These are Saptame Bhakti.
So this means when you are inside this situation, in these moments.
Yeah.
Like a place, like a figurative place.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Saptame Bhakti is used in to indicate place, in. So these means in place or in those circumstances. So note again that all the words ending in Saptami Bhakti need not sound like this a all the time. So it depends on the word and its form. So in this case, it happens to be all are similar. Some of them here are the words ending in a sound and masculine, like Utsavaha. Like this one is ending in Akaranta, but this is Napunsakalingam or neuter, Vyasanam, like Rajadwaram. Some of them are Pullinga, some of them are Napunsakalingam. However, because they are all akaranta ending in a, they in Saptami Bhakti, they look same.
Okay, thank you.
Just a quick recap. We have gone through this. The words or the Kriyapadam, verbs ending in, verbs in Vartamana Kala or present tense, and basically present tense singular form, and verbs in imperative form. In Sanskrit, they mean ajna, prarthana, or also wish, ichha. Ajna means order or instructing somebody, and prarthana, praying, and wish, ichha. So, in these sense, in the different senses, this pathatu, these forms are used of the Kriyapadam. In this, these are the singular third person form. And we also formed a table here indicating Prathama Purusha, that is third person, then the second person, first person. In Sanskritam they are called Prathama Purusha, Madhyama Purusha and Uttama Purusha. In the Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam and Bahuvachanam forms. So the first here indicates, the first verb form indicates Vartamana Kala or present tense. The second form, the second one after the slash, it represents imperative form. So Saha Pathati. So this, when can we use the Uttama Purusha? We can use Uttama Purusha only with the word Aham. Uttama Purusha Ekavachanam. Only with the word Aham. Aham Pathami. Aham in the present tense, and Aham Pathani in the imperative sense. So for example, if Aham Pathani means I should read. Avam Pathava, without no visarga. Avam Pathava, we should, two of us should read. And Vayam Pathama, many of us should read. So these can be used with the question word also, with the kim. For example, if you use kim aham pathani. So kim aham pathani, should I read? So in that sense, this can be used. So Uttama Purusha forms of verbs can be used only with the word, when there is a word aham in Ekavachanam, avam in Dvivachanam, and vayam in Bahuvachanam. Similarly, Madhyama Purusha forms of Kriyapadam can be used only when there is the word Tvam, Ekavachanam, Yuvam, Dvivachanam, Yuyam, Bahuvachanam, which means you, two of you, and many of you. And Prathama Purusha, third person forms can be used with all other nouns other than Aham or Tvam, these forms. Anything else must use Prathama Purusha forms. That is, with example is given here. Saha, Bhavan, Lata. And anything else. Then the Bhavan means you. Bhavanto means two of you. Bhavantaha means many of you in masculine gender. Pullinga. But in Strilinga, they become Bhavati. So Bhavati is a simpler word, like a Nadi Shabda or Nadi word. So like, for example, Bhavati, and in Ekavachanam, Prathama Bhakti, and in Dvivachanam it becomes Bhavatyau, right? And Bahuvachanam becomes Bhavatyaha. So similar to Nadi, Nadyau, Nadyaha in Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam, and Bahuvachanam. So we can use this Bhavati, Bhavatya, Bhavatyaha with Prathama Purusha forms of the verbs also. So if you look at gaccha word, gacchati, what will be the forms? Let's try to form the sentences with gacchati. Right? Gacchati, what will be the form? Yes, Veena, you want to try?
No, Sanjay, Gina, try. I'm sorry. I missed part of it, so I'm just reading through.
Yeah, with gacchati, similar to patati, what will be the gacchati form? Gacchati, like patati, gacchati will be there. And what will be the dvivachana form, like patataha?
Gacchataha.
Gacchataha.
Yeah. And then
Bahuvachanam.
Gachat. Jau.
No, this one. Only pathanti is there in bahuvachanam. So in gaccha becomes
Gachanti.
yeah.
Gachanti.
Yes. Gachanti. So if we use that in a sentence, how will it sound? So in ekavachanam, can you form a sentence? We already seen the sentence in ekavachanam, right?
Yeah.
Balakaha.
Balakaha Vanam gachattu.
Gachatu or gachati. So if you want to use imperative form, then it will be gachatu.
Yeah.
Balakaha vanam.
It would be like it has to be in a question, right? Like wishing or in a ordering, right?
Yeah. This patatu imperative form in Sanskritam is ordering or praying or a wish. Balakaha shalam gachatu means you are wishing that okay, he should go to the school. He should go to school.
So when you are ordering, there would be a change in the tone of the voice because
yes,
the thing would be the same, right?
Yeah, tone. Yeah.
Okay.
But while writing, we don't understand the tone, so we have to just understand by the context. Okay, the next one, Dvivachana form example.
That would be
Gachataha. In a sentence, what will be the, how will be the sentence with Gachataha? Full sentence.
I can put the names of two persons, right? Okay.
Yeah, or Balaha only you can turn into Dvivachanam. Balaha.
Balakaha.
Dvivachana. What is the Balaka Dvivachanam?
I forgot. Bala.
Like Rama.
Ramaha.
Ramaha Ekavachanam. And Dvivachanam.
I'm going to check. Hold on.
Anybody else?
Balakau.
Yeah. Like here Balaka. Yes. Similar to this Tau, Bhavan, Tau only, because these are this is Pullinga. Au will come there on it. Balakau.
Balakau? Okay. Balakau. Nadyaha. Gachataha.
Nadyaha?
Like going to the river.
Yeah, so when first sentence was Balakaha Shalam Gachati, correct? Yeah. So Shalam was in the Dvitiya Vibhakti, like Shalam. So wherever they are going, it should be in the Dvitiya Vibhakti, destination. The Dvitiya. Balak, so Nadi becomes what in Dvitiya? Not Nadyaha. Nadyaha is Shashti.
Shastya. Yes.
Here we want Ditiya. Ditiya is Nadim. Balakau Nadim Gachatah.
Gachatah. Or shall or wish, I wish he goes, then it, I wish they go, then it will be Balakau Nadim Gachatah. Right?
Gacha. I didn't hear the last part.
Gachatam.
Yes, Gachatam. Similarly, the last one.
This one is not. It's still Ditya, yeah. So Balak, it is still Ditya. So then it will be Balakau.
Bahuvachana of Balaka.
Balakau.
No. Balaka Dvivachanam. The Bahuvachanam, like Rama. What is the Bahuvachanam of Rama?
Balakaha.
Balakaha. Then, yeah, Balakaha. Then the sentence Bahuvachanam of Kriya Padam will be Gachanti, which is already. Balakaha Kutra Gachanti is the question. Kutra means where. Balakaha Kutra Gachanti. Balakaha
Vidyalayam.
Shalam Gachanti. Same thing. This will not change. Whatever you want to put here, if you want to say Nadi, it becomes Nadim. Because there is only one Nadi. All of them are going to the same Nadi. So Balakaha Vidyalayam Gachanti. Balakaha Shalam Gachanti. Balakaha Vanam Gachanti.
What is Nadi's Bahuvachanam?
Bahuvachanam means Nadihi.
Nadihi. Nadi, Nadim, and
Nadim. Dvitiya Vibhakti Bahuvachanam is Nadihi. Prathama Vibhakti Bahuvachanam is Nadyaha. Nadyaha. Adi Nadyav Nadyaha. Nadim Nadyav Nadihi. Okay. So you get the idea here, right? How we want to form the present tense sentences or imperative sentences in Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam and Bahuvachana forms. And the Kriyapada, this verb form or the whether the Vachanam, what number it should be depends on the subject word in the sentence, right? What we call Kartrupadam, or the subject word in the sentence. For that we saw, like Balakaha Shalam Gacchati. In that, Balaka is the subject word. Gacchati is the Kriyapadam. So Gacchati is in the Ekavachanam because Balaka is Ekavachanam. Subject is the Ekavachanam. So Balakau Shalam Gacchataha. In that Balakau is Dvivachanam. That is why the Kriyapadam Gacchataha is in Dvivachanam. Balakaha Pathanti. Balakaha Bahuvachanam. Pathanti also Bahuvachanam. Any questions so far? So here are some of the Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam, Bahuvachana forms of some of the words in the Prathama Vibhakti are given here, just for reference. Obviously, they are all available in the Vibhakti tables. But if you want to practice the sentences using these, that can be done.
Sanjeev ji?
Yeah.
Shiva here. You just mentioned there the tables. Is there a book we can able to obtain with all with a reference sort of with the tables? Like for example, the nouns. I'm looking at here for in the case of Rama with all the 8 forms and the singular, dual, and plural. So those are for the nouns. Is there I presume that's the table you're referring to?
Yeah. So I think I had given a link in the email. So here is the yeah, there are obviously many other books also you can buy or download. But here is on download I have given 2 options here. One is this is the website I maintain. So it I think in some of the emails I mentioned today also I will include it. So if you go here, you can go to grammar page, grammar tab here on the top. So here you can see that all the namapada or the nouns listed here. I think once Uma had asked what is this feminine nouns. Ajanta means what, something she had asked. So Ajanta means vowel. Vowel Strilinga is the feminine word ending in vowels. So this is Rama, Mati, these are some of the things. And this Phala, Vari, etc. These are neuter words ending in vowels. Then the masculine nouns ending in consonants, different ones. And this is Strilinga or the feminine nouns ending in consonants. So this is the different categories are here. So this is online reference. You can just click here. For example, if you click this Sakhi, it will take you there. So this is the table. Sakha, Sakhaya. Some of them are they have 2 different forms. You can use any of them. Sakha, Sakhaya, Sakhayaha, and Sambodhanam is this. Ditiya is Sakhayam, Sakhaya, Sakhiyam, like that. Okay. So this is a collection of online collection provided here, and of the nouns, and then Sarvanama pronouns are there. Where if you want to look for Saha, where it is the form Vibhakti table for Saha, and the Moola Padam you have to look at. Moola Padam or the root or the base word for the Saha is Tad. So whether it is Tad, sorry, Saha, Sa or Tat. So these 3, Saha is in masculine, Pullinga, Sa is a Strilinga, Tat is in Napumsakalinga. So all these, for all 3, the base word is Tad only. Similarly, Aham, if you look for Aham, the base word is Asmad. For Tvam, the base word is Yushmat. For Bhavan, the base word is Bhavat. So if you look at, say, Bhavat, so you go a little bit, scroll down. So here, you can see here, Bhavat in Pullinga becomes Bhavan, Bhavanto, Bhavantaha, and so on. And Strilinga it becomes Bhavati, Bhavatyo, Bhavatyaha. And there is an Aponsakalinga also for you, Bhavat, Bhavati. So that is the collection online. But and just for your reference, this page also has a collection of different forms of verbs also. The verbs are Kriyapadam. They are grouped into 10 categories, 10 groups in Sanskrit language. So each category follows a certain pattern. Like we are studying Pathati, Gacchati, what else you have studied? Vahati, Namati. So all those which we are studying, they fall under this one particular group only. This one, Bhu. This first group, Parasmaipadi. And we have studied a few other some few other kriya padam falling in other groups also, because for example this puja, this 10th group, first we are not studying any of the Atmanepadi patterns. We are only studying the Parasmepadi patterns, that too falling in only some groups, not in all the groups. So most of them, if what we are studying, they are in this group, first group, and this also Parasmepadi. But some of them, like Pujayati, Marjayati, right? Marjayati, cleaning. Mitram, Vatayanam, Marjayati. So those are like in the 10th group. And then some of them are in the 6th group also, like Likhati. Likhati is in 6th group. And some of them are in the 4th group, like Nashyati or Nrityati. So, but these Patati, Nashyati gets destroyed, and then Likhati or even Sinchati. Sinchati is also in the 6th group. Ichhati in the 6th group. Milati in the 6th group. And the Pujayati, Marjayati, Kshalayati, Vashis Kshalayati. So those are in the 10th group. So these sound similar at least, right? Like Pathati, Gachati, Nashyati, Nrityati, Likhati, Pujayati. So Ati. So these are sound similar. So most of the dhatus or the root verbs in Sanskritam language, they fall in these 4 groups and they make the majority of this. So this is it. But outside these 4 groups also, we have looked at some of the verbs. For example, dadati. So dadati, the ending sounds like ati, not pathati is ati, like pujayati is ati. But here dadati, the ending sounds like like dadati. So that falls in the 3rd group here. So da is the root verb. So dadati, so because it is commonly used verb, kriyapadam, in day-to-day life, so we have looked at that form also, dadati, right? Though it is not in the 1, 4, 6, 10 group, which makes the majority of the verbs. 1, 4, 6, 10. Now dadati we have seen. Then other one we have seen is the shrunoti, right? Shrunoti is listens, like the shrunoti. Shrunati actually falls in the 1st group, but though it doesn't, but it sounds like this 5th group. Sorry, yeah, 5th group. This one, shak. Now shak we know shaknoti. Okay. Shaknoti is the verb here. So here you see that the pattern is different here. It is not sound. It doesn't sound like pathati. Ati is not there. Or dadati, ati is not there. It sounds different. Shaknoti. The root is shak, but there is noti is added to it. Shaknoti. So, but this is also commonly used verb. Shaknoti means it is possible. Right? Shaknoti. Balakaha. Balakaha shaknoti means balaka will be possible to do something. Then there is another 8th one, which is very common verb is falling in the 8th group is karoti. Here at the end you see the dhatu, the root is kru here, right? But at the end we are seeing a oti kind of thing, karoti. So this is falling in the 8th group, but it is extremely widespread use of karoti. So we have seen this verb also. Saha kim karyam karoti, like that. Then the 9th one also, kri dhatu, or the root verb, is also common. So one example is kri. Kri means to buy. So in the Vartamana Kala, that is present tense, it becomes Krinati. Krinati means he buys. Balakaha Pustakam Krinati. Balaka, buys a book. So Krinati is also common. So most of the verbs which we have studied and we are going to study and we are going to use, they fall in 1, 4, 6, 10, these 4 groups. And few of the verbs which are in common use, they in other groups, but they are very, not many of them are there. Then the other which is most common is asti, right? Asti falls in the second group. You see as here, as is the root. So asti. So here also it at the end it sounds like patati, but there is ati, like because patati. So there is a sound is there after the patha. At the end of patha there is a sound, patati, ati. But here there is is missing here, asti. Right? After as there is directly ti. It is not asati. So that is why this is falling in a different group. Asti. So but asti is very, very common.
It's quite
So this
challenging to know the root words.
is
It's quite challenging to know the root words.
yeah. So that's why if you are just too interested in using them, so just look at the final form. You don't have to look at the root dhatu. So then the other thing I have done here is just not only you can look up the forms of vibhakti tables or the kriyapada tables, the namapada and kriyapada tables, but yeah, the other thing is the namapada or the nouns which are given here, they follow different patterns, each of them. They do not repeat patterns. Each of these have slightly different patterns, not entirely, but different patterns. However, this is not like they do not cover all the patterns in the Sanskrit language, but they cover most of them. Okay? Most of them. Then the other thing is these recordings here. The recordings which you see here, which can be played directly. You don't have no need for download. Directly plays from the web page online. So this is same. I have recorded myself saying these vibhakti tables. This is basically to help myself initially that time. Even now also, whenever I am on the move in the car or something, I just play this. So I keep listening to this, the repetition. So that is one. No need to look at it. Even the Kriyapada forms are also recorded here in the 2 sets. So one is from 1st to 5th, 6th to 10th. So that is to help myself.
Thank
now, this is an online one. Now, if you want actually the book, there is one. Go to the resources tab here. The resources.
Sorry, Sanjeevji.
Yeah.
Sorry, just so the audio there that you were just pointing out. So if I want to play it in my car, I mean, would I be able to download it or get a CD or something?
Yeah, I mean you can download it.
Oh.
They are downloadable.
Oh, okay.
Plus, you can, I think, if you have Bluetooth or something, you can just play, right? If you connect your phone through Bluetooth. your car audio. Additionally, yeah.
No, I was just going to say, so in that case, there, forgive my stupidity, but it means I have to connect to this site with my phone and then be able to play it, right? Am I right?
Yeah, and on your phone you can open this tab, this website and this tab, and then
Okay.
click play. It will play on your phone. So on the mobile device, because it changes the way it looks. The tabs on the top will not appear like this. No, when you go to the top, it will appear like this, a small drop-down kind of thing with a button there, the circle button. You select that, and then it will show the like a list drop-down. One with another. Then you select this grammar. It will not be like horizontal tabs like this on your mobile screen because it is small.
Yes. Thank you.
Sanjeev ji, those vikaran that you have given for the verbs, are they the only ones to be used in the 10 Gana?
Sorry?
Yeah, in Gana 1 you have shap, and 2 you have shap as well.
Oh.
Yes.
Vikarana pratyaya, yeah, those are the Vikarana pratyayas. Vikarana pratyayas for those ganas, yeah, those are the only ones. But
that's the only one you have to. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
These are the.
I try.
Yeah. What is the question?
I try to do pat to read with shap and tip. And for the sha, I use laksha purite to take the sha, and I use halantyam to take the pa away, lopa. So I left with an a. And then I use the tip. With the pa, I use halantyam, that's the lopa, and I have a left. So the pat halanta ta plus the yoga a, it can be pat plus the t, make it patati.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So for starters, this is a Vyakarana part. So this is not relevant actually for just general form, understanding the forms. So this is one. Then the other thing is for book. Book you can go to the resources tab, and this here, the top you see grammar study books to download. The first one is Shabda Manjari. You download this. This is a good book, older book, and it has all these the ones which are listed on the other online form. Actually, I have taken them from here only, but I have typed them actually. This is also the printed one, scanned one. This is the word book, scanned book, but it has all the noun vibhakti tables, and also it has many of the verb forms also. This is a good book. Verb tables also there.
Okay, thank you.
And additionally, if you want to, this may not be necessary initially, but if you want to download this Dhatu Kosha, this also you can download. So if you download that, then the Dhatus are listed there in alphabetical order, and with the different forms also, present tense forms and all that. So that is one thing. Then the other one is this is a Thesaurus, the Amara Kosha with English synonyms. So Amara Kosha is the first Thesaurus collection of nouns in Sanskrit, the oldest one. So this is also a good one. And this book has the Amara Kosha shlokas with English translation, which might be useful for many of you. So you will get to know, your vocabulary will increase a lot with this.
Sanjeevji, my challenge is reading the pronunciation properly, and I figure that now with this audio that you're showing, you would probably be able to help me.
Yeah, and additionally, the audio recordings which are here, which can be directly played, you can switch off means you can switch off the screen of your mobile and this will keep playing, and that's good because this is just an audio, not video. Then additionally, and the additional option is on the YouTube also, on that my channel. Also, same recording I have put. There is no video in as such, but YouTube. That is another way if somebody is interested of finding the audio there.
What's your channel on the YouTube for that? I usually follow the class recording, but
yeah,
on YouTube. Is there another channel you have on YouTube? You mentioned there.
I mean, on the where you see that recording or I'll show you one. Our class recording page is there.
Because I search your name on YouTube and I'm not seeing anything.
Yeah,
really cool.
the channel name is the same thing, Sanskrita Bhasha Bodha, like this. But it is the same thing, where our class recording page is there. All these videos are on that YouTube channel. So if I go, for example, here, click this video, it opens that YouTube, right? So this is the channel. This is if you go here, this is the one, right? 500 subscribers. Sanskrit Bhasha Bodha, this one. So you click here. So here you will see a lot of other playlists also. Most of them. So here, these are all recordings. Yeah, so this is our class playlist. It's Spoken Sanskrit form. And this Spoken Sanskrit December 2019. This is the other class, session 6 playlist. And these are the other classes I was conducting before. And there is one more person in India whom I am hosting on this one. And this is what I was talking about, this Sanskrit word forms recitation. Recitation.
Oh, yeah, that's the one.
This is the one is arranged here. The same recording. But here you will also see the text also while playing.
Okay, thank you.
So Rama, Ramaha, Ramo, Ramaha, these are the same words. Guru, Guru, Gurava. There's few more words here. These are the nouns, common nouns. Then these are the pronouns, right? Tad. So we saw that Tad is the Moola base word. And in Pullingam it becomes Saha, Tau, Te. In Strilingam it becomes Sa, Te, Taha. In Napunskalingam it becomes Tat, Te, Tani. In 3. Similarly, Etad also changes. Etad is the root word, base word. And we have Eshaha, Etau, Ete, Esha, Ete, Etaha, Etat, Ete, Etan. So using these different forms, they can be used in a sentence. And okay, so now Last class we were looking at the Dvitiya Vibhakti form, right? Like, and you have done some exercise on that. Dvitiya Vibhakti comes as an object word in a sentence. For transitive verbs, if the verb is transitive, that verb will expect an object word in the sentence. For example, pathati, gacchati, namati, these are all vadati, these are all transitive verbs. Pathati, kim pathati is a question. Pustakam pathati. Then vadati, kim vadati, balakah vadati, balaka talks. Kim vadati, balaka katham vadati. Katha is a base word, and then we turn into katha is a strilinga word. So when you turn that into Dvitiya Vibhakti, ekavachanam, katham, the balaka katham pathati. Namati is saluting or bowing. So kam namati, so to whom he is bowing down. So you can say balakah gurum namati, devam namati, or pitaram namati, mataram namati, goes to his father or mother, mataram. Dvitiya. So Dvitiya Vibhakti form is used to indicate the object word in a sentence. So this we saw last week. Now, the next Vibhakti. So for any question, so if it is a transitive verb, then only the object word is expected, right? Otherwise, if it is an intransitive verb like dhava, so dhavati is there, or jayati, so these ones there is no object in a sentence. Or vasati, Krishnaha vasati, so he dwells, he just dwells or stays somewhere in. So there the in comes here, not what, like Krishnaha. So if it is in, then it will take Saptami Bhakti, that we just saw in today's Subhashitam. If it is a place, then Saptami. Krishnaha kutra vasati, Krishnaha gruhe vasati, Krishnaha devalaye vasati, balakaha vidyalaye vasati, like that. So, Saptami is taken, but it is intransitive verb. Then Nrupaha jayati. Jayati, yeah, that is a transitive. Whom is conquers whom? Conquers what? The question comes. So here, Nrupaha Shatrum jayati. Shatru is an enemy. So you should Shatrum jayati. Shatrum jayati. Like Shatru is like a guru word. It follows the guru table. Question? No question?
Yeah, Sanjeevji. So
Yeah.
the word there for boy that this book is showing, it's saying balaha.
Yeah, that is also correct. Balaha or balakaha, both.
Okay. Because I wasn't sure if that's correct, or is there a reason why it's used differently rather than balakaha?
No, they are same. Balaka, balaha. Other one is for girl also. There is balika we have studied, like balika. But there is another word called bala, just bala, like balaha, bala.
Okay, thank you.
There is an auxiliary meaning when we add that ka at the end of any noun, but it needs a little bit explanation, so let's not go there. So, but Anyways, both are similar, same meanings. Balaha, balakaha, or bala, balika. Okay. Now, dhava is intransitive. No object word is required. Balakaha, dhavati, just dhavati. Okay. The next one is here the Tritiya Vibhakti, third case ending. Tritiya means third, right? Ditiya is second, Tritiya third. Prathama is first, Ditiya second, Tritiya third. In the third Vibhakti, what is happening? Ramaha, here, third Vibhakti form of the words we have studied. The words that is Pullinga and ending in A. So, for example, all these which are given here. Deshaha, Gramaha, all these are ending in A, and they follow the same pattern. So in Tritiya, the form is Krishnena, Ashvena, Rukena, like that. So here this is used in two different ways, like third one. So one which is shown here, it means Ramaha Krishnena Charati, means he Rama Charati means moves or goes, right? Or walks. Rama with Krishna. So with is important here. So with, in the meaning of with, we can use Ramaha Krishnena Charati. We can also add Saha to actually add the word with. With Saha means with. This is not this Visarga Saha. Visarga Saha is written like this, Sah, and pronounced like Sah. But this is Saha. This is the complete consonants. Ha. Saha. So, Ramaha Krishnena Saha Charati. This means Rama goes or moves with Krishna. Similarly, everywhere there is Saha here actually. Saha is not mandatory, but it is better to use it to make it clear. Gajaha Ashvena Saha Dhavati. So, if at all it can do it, the elephant runs with a horse. That means Dhavati. Vanaraha Vrukena Saha Tishtati. Monkey stands with a wolf. Saha. So we can add Saha. So this is one way of using it. Another way of using the third vibhakti form is without Saha. Not without with. So for example, Aham khadami, let's say. Aham bhojanam khadami or annam khadami, let's say. You know all this word? All the words you know? Aham annam khadami. Does it make...
I eat food.
Huh?
I eat food.
Yeah, I eat food. Aham annam khadami. So here obviously the base, the kriya padam is khadami and the subject is aham and object is annam, because khadami is a transitive. So aham annam khadami. Now the question might come, using what? Using what? So aham annam hastena khadami, with the hand. So here hastaha is a pullinga ending in a. The base word is ending in a. So here we use hastena, right? Aham hastena annam khadami. So this is the use of the tritiya vibhakti, or the third case ending. So where we are using it as an instrument. So this we have seen, I think we saw it in the some examples we saw, right? Some time back. Here. If you look, Yeah, if you look here, this in this table, the Tritiya is given as Upakaranam, or the instrument. So Balakaha dadati, Balaka gives Kim dadati, Pustakam dadati. Kena, Kena means by what? Using what? Kena dadati, Hastena dadati. Kim dadati, Pustakam dadati. So if you ask the question Kim, you get the answer Pustakam, so that becomes the Karma Padam or object. And if you ask the question Kena, then you get the answer for using what instrument, using what means. So you get the answer in the Tritiya Bhakti, Hastena. So this is the main use of the Tritiya Bhakti. Like there are other auxiliary uses. One of them we saw the Saha, with. So when we say Ramaha Krishnena Charati, there the Krishnena is in Tritiya Bhakti. That Krishnena is not an instrument, not a means for walking, but Rama is walking with Krishna. So in that sense also Tritiya Bhakti is used, and with that mostly the Saha word is used, though the Saha is not mandatory. So when we say Ramaha Krishnena Gacharati or Ramaha Krishnena Gacchati, so it means Rama is moving with Krishna. So it again depends on the context, how the sentence is formed. So the Saha has to be assumed there, with has to be assumed there. So don't think that he is using Krishna. Using Krishna, he is walking. No. The other example is, suppose if you want to say, I eat food with a spoon. How do you convert it, Giovanni? I eat food with spoon.
Sorry. Aham. Spoon was Chashakaha is spoon, right?
Chashaka is glass. Chamasaha is spoon.
No, Chamasa. Okay.
Yeah.
Aham Chamasena Annam Kadati.
Kadami.
Kadami, yes.
Yeah.
Aham
Kadami.
Chamasena Annam Kadami.
Yes. Kadami. Kadami. So, okay.
Kadami. It's a long A.
Yeah. Well, Shiva, or you want to try the other one? We drink water with a glass. Or using glass. We drink water using or with glass. You try. What is the word for we? So you start with the either a kriya padam, so or the subject word. So what is the subject word? We. So
Sorry, I don't
word
remember what is we.
Okay, we. Can Veena help? We.
No. You are my noise. You are my noise.
You yum.
You yum.
We. Vayam.
Vayam.
Yeah.
Vayam. Then you, after the subject, you think of this kriyapadam first. Kriyapadam. What is the word for the kriyapadam? Drink. What is the word for drink?
Pitati.
Pibati. Right?
Pibati.
Pibati. Now, because this is vayam, which is a bahuvachanam, plural. Pibati is singular. So, kriyapadam or the verb number should match the number of the subject. Okay? Verb number should match the number of the subject. verb number should match the number of the subject. So number of the subject is plural here. So pibati should become what? It should be also plural. So what will be the
Pibanti.
form? Like we saw gachanti, pathanti, there pibanti. Right? Vayam pibanti is the now base, like the starter sentence is formed now. Now you can add other words in between. So vayam pibanti is not actually the word, because it also has to match the person, first person, the middle person, the madhyama purusha or the uttama purusha, right? Like this one we saw, right? So where is vayam here?
So that's going to be piba maha.
Vayam pibamaha. So
Saha shashakena jalam.
Right. So here we have vayam now. Vayam pibamaha. Right? So vayam, because it is uttama purusha, so we have to use this form. Pathamaha, like pibamaha. Pathati, pibati becomes pathamaha. So pibati becomes pibamaha. Right. So we use this form. Vayam pibamaha. This is the base sentence. To this we add kim pibamaha. What are we drinking? We drink jalam.
Water, jalam.
Jalam, so add jalam here first. Vayam jalam pibamaha. Now I ask the question kena, using what or how? So chashaka we saw already, right? Chashaka is a word for glass. So here we get chashakena.
Sanjay, can you excuse me, please? I have to take some medication for my asthma.
Yeah, sure. So, but
I have a question here, Sanjeevji.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, Shiv here.
Yes.
So, for vayam there, the ma is a short ma. Why don't we put a dot on top of the ya, as how we did with the for jalam?
So this didn't we go through this in detail last week or week before that? Giovanni?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, please watch that again. This thing, because again it's a long explanation.
Okay, sorry. I will review back the recording. My apologies.
No, that's fine. Yeah. Brilliant. One more thing I want to add here. This is usual. The form will be like chashakena, like in the third case ending, like chamasena, like chamasena. It will like na, like now Ramaha becomes in the third case ending singular. What is the form?
Ramena.
It is Ramena. It is not na. Ramena. So similarly here also for the chashaka we have the same thing going on here. It becomes chashakena. Now when that na comes, Yeah, there are different rules, but in short, I can explain that when the na comes, when the na comes. Okay, so na comes, na comes. So in a word, within one single word, the na can change to na depending on a trigger. Okay? The trigger means the presence of some of the letters. The main letters here should be either ru, this is a vowel, and ra, this is a consonant, or sh. One of these letters should be present in a word. Okay? Then the na thing changes to na. Okay? For example, if you take example Rame. No. So originally the word formation starts like Rame na only. The na is the original form of the word. Okay. So Rame na. This was when the word, when it was forming from Rama, which is the base word, when it gets formed into the third case ending, initially it will be like this. Yeah? This is the raw format. Now, but before it can be used in practical usage in a sentence or just as a word, it will undergo change to na, Ramena. Why? Because there is a ra letter in this. Yeah? Similarly, what happened to Chashakena? There is a sh there. So there is a sh. So this na, which was supposed to be here previously, it changes to na. Okay. So another example with the ru, ru, and there is another also. But so anyway, so another example, say Rushi. Rushi is a word which means an ascetic. So Rushi. Here, what is happening in what is the third vibhakti form here? Third case ending. Rushi is like Kavi or Hari. What is the third vibhakti form of Hari? If you have a book or table, you can refer. Or the third vibhakti form is Harina.
Harina.
Harina. So this becomes na. Originally this was na. This becomes just changes to na because of the ra, presence of ra in that word here. So the Rushi is similar to Hari. So what is the third vibhakti form of Rushi?
Rishina.
Yeah, Rishina. Good. So Rishina. So here also na comes here, not na, because of both the letters are here. So you take anyone. So sh is also here, and ru is also here. So because of that, this changes to Rishina. Now, if you take another word called Muni, Muni is also ascetic. So Muni is also like Hari only. So what is the third vibhakti form now? Munina.
Munina.
This doesn't change to na. This remains na because there is no ru, ra, or sha in this word. So this is the first rule you can remember when the na changes to na. Okay. But now there is another second rule which will affect this. So this only one rule is not enough. Chashakena, this is fine. Now another example. Let's say Maruti. Maruti. Maruti is also like Hari, right? Because the base word is ending in E, right? Like Hari or Rushi is ending in E. and is also masculine. Maruti means the wind god or wind. It could be a name of person also. Maruti. So Maruti. Now what will be the third vibhakti form here?
Marutina.
Marutina or Marutina?
Marutina.
So now the question comes here whether this na changes to na. So as we look at the first rule, if there is a r or a re or sh letters in that word, then this na changes to na. So here there is a r, right? Anywhere in the word, So either it can be immediately before that na, or it could be anywhere in the word. So here it is ra is there, like Haryana is here, it is immediately before. But in this case, Ramayana changed to na because there is a ra somewhere in the word. Same with Chashakena, sha somewhere in the word. It need not be immediately before that. But Marutina, here what is happening, there is also ra here. This one does not change to na. This remains na. Marutina. Why? The reason is, yes, as per the first rule, there is a ra in the word. However, it is not immediately before that na. That is number one. Here also it is not immediately before na. However, between this na and that ra, what is the letter here? Consonant is ta, right? It is ti, but basically it is ta, right? Ti. So because of that, it prevents this na changing to na. It prevents. So what are the circumstances, what are the conditions when it is prevented and when it is not prevented? So as per the first rule, ra, sha, ru, if they are immediately before na, then obviously there is nothing in between that, and it will change to na. Okay? Like even guruna, the guruna also guru na. So here also there is a na was there, because the ra immediately before that, it will change to na. Okay? Now the second rule we are looking at now, because it is not immediately before na, this ra, sha or ru, but it is somewhere in the word, and what is coming in between we'll have to consider. So here in between, if the letters in between na and the ra or sha or ru, if they belong to the ka series of the consonant or the pa series of the consonant. What is the ka series means? So we have seen the chart of letters, right? In the chart of letters, the consonants are arranged in first 5 series, and the last 10 there are 8. So the first starts with ka, right? So what are the consonants in that ka series?
Ga, kha, ga, gha, nya.
Ka, kha, ga, gha, nga. Right. So ka, kha, ga, gha, nga. And what are the series for pa? Or the consonant in the P series? Pa series?
Pa, ba, bha, ma.
Pa, pha, ba, bha, ma. So if any of these 10 letters, they are between this ra and na, then only this na will change to na. Other than these, if anything else comes in, no, there are few more. Ya, ra obviously it is there. Ra itself is a trigger, right? So ya, la, and va, and ha also. Ha. So these ka, kha, ga, gha, nga, pa, pha, ba, bha, ma, ka series, pa series, and ya, la, va, ha. these 4 of the last line of the consonants out of 8. And the rush, obviously, those 2 are the triggers. So obviously it will change. So you can add ra and sha also here if you want to. So these will, if any of these are in between na and ra or sha or ru, then the na will change to na. Other than these, any consonant comes in between, then it will prevent na changing to na. Okay? Simple enough?
So any of these pa series, a ka series, and then the yala va, we prevent the change from the regular na to na if it comes between.
No. If these come between, they don't prevent. If these come, if these 10 and these 4 come in between, they do not prevent. Do not prevent.
They do not prevent. They do not prevent. Okay.
Other than these, any other consonant comes in between, it prevents. And it then, so Marutina one example, but there could be multiple letters between this trigger letter and na. In this example, there is only one letter. But in some words, there could be multiple letters between this ra and na. But the same rule will apply. All the letters in between should fall in this group. All the letters. If there are 4 letters, 3 letters in between the ra and na, all the 4 letters must belong to this group. Then only na will change to na. If any one letter does not belong to this, then the na changing to na is prevented and na remains a na.
Thank you. Very interesting.
These are all. This is not like a alien rule or something. This is all based on the pronunciation positions in the mouth. While pronouncing these, how the tongue follows these different positions when the rasha is there and na comes. It's all based on the science of pronunciation. Anyway, so another example, let's say Chandra. Chandra is like Rama, Pullinga, ending in a. So what is the third vibhakti form?
Chandrana.
Like Ramena. So this becomes
Chandrena. Chandrena.
So will it remain na or na?
No.
Oh, na.
Which one? First or second one?
I say second one.
Could you repeat the 2 choices, please?
Yeah, the first one is na, like chamasena, with na. The second one is ramena, no. No, this no is cerebral.
Because it's got the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, first na is the dental, right? Dental position in the mouth, na. Behind the teeth, na. And this na is cerebral. So just behind, not exactly behind the teeth, but the tongue, tip of the tongue even touches before the roof of the oral cavity there inside. Like, okay. So what is the answer now? Is it dental now or cerebral? Giovanni?
Dental, I think. Oh, sorry,
I think
Giovanni.
it's cerebral because the ra is immediately before it, I think.
Yeah, so that is important to know. Though the writing is like this in the Devanagari script, But when we break it up, so actually what is happening here? Chand is there, then Ra is there. Chandra Ray, like this it is happening. Though because of this script, this Ra is coming down here. That doesn't mean that Da is at the end here. At the end, Ra is there. At the end of this word, Ra letter is there. So it becomes Chandre, then the Na changes to Na. If it were Da here, then the Da will prevent Na changing to Na. But because it is immediately before Na, Ra is there, not Da. So it will change to Na. Chandrena.
Sanjivji, at first I thought it would be like the second one, the second Na. But then when I pronounce the Chandre, although like by the tip you just gave, the Ra is just before, so it should change to the second Na, but the cerebral Na. But when you pronounce it, because it's dental, it became natural to go with the first Na.
What is dental?
When you do Dre, Chandre, it's dental, right? Chandre, when you pronounce the Dre.
Ra.
Chandre, no.
Ra is not dental.
Chandra. Okay.
I think I was right the first time. I got confused a little bit now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. No, that's okay. It's always confusing. So, what is it here?
My mistake, Sanjivji. It's fine.
Where is it? Okay, here. So here we are saying these are the vowels, and these are all vowels. Okay, so we move on to here. The consonants. Okay, here just chalk. Was there any? No. Anyway, so that is a cerebral Ra. Okay? Ra, Sha, Ru. There are cerebrals. Okay. Is it here? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, these are only the first 5. Yeah, here, right? Yeah.
I'm good,
Yeah.
Sanjivji. I
Yeah,
have
this one.
it
Yeah.
here.
Cerebral.
Chandre.
Ra. And even the Ru, that vowel Ru and Sh, both are cerebrals also, along with Ra, all cerebrals.
I still have to master the pronunciation in the mouth.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So we're studying this. So we studied this Tritiya, third vibhakti form, where it is and how it is used, right? Like, say another example you see here, Harinaha, Shrugalena. Sometimes we write this as Shru, or this Shru is also fine. Shru. Shrugalena. So here also there is Na. So it will not change to Na because La is there. La is there. There is after Ru, in between there is Ga and there is La. sounds are there. If there is only la, then it would have changed. But there is a ga is preventing it because it is in the ga is preventing or no? I'll have to check this up 1 second. Huh? Let me look up. It should not prevent, right?
If
What
it
about
were
Sevaki?
only ga, shouldn't prevent, right?
Sorry?
No, but even
If it was only ga without la, shouldn't prevent the change.
la also doesn't prevent, no? The three other ones. Three other letters.
Hold on, hang on. This one, yeah, it is.
Sanjivji, it will prevent because the ga comes under ku, and the na and the ra is through. Then you have the ga, which is ku, and then you have the na, so that will prevent it changing.
No, ku will not prevent, right? Ku will not prevent.
Ku will not prevent. Because ka ka ga ga, no. Ha.
It's the la that prevents, I think.
Yeah, that's so funny. Another example, the Seva can obviously, there is no trigger there. Where do I look for? No. That's gonna clarify this. Hold on. So, don't want to waste time. Okay, so going back to this, what was here? So what happened now? Only ku. The ku means what Vivekananda is trying to say is ka varga. Ka varga is called ku also, just a shortcut. Ka kha ga ga nga and pa pa ba bha ma and ya va ha. Sorry, the la was not there. Ya va ha. These three. So only if these ka series 5 and pa series 5 and this ya va ha, if these 10 and 3, 13, any of these come in between na and ru or ra or sha, then they will not prevent the not changing to na. Otherwise it will change. Otherwise, if these come, it will not prevent. If any other than these 13 letters, if any other letter comes in between, then it will prevent changing from na to na. Okay. Okay, for example, here balik etani is also there. You see, there is no trigger itself. It will not. There is no reason to change. So this is not only in the Tritiya Bhakti. So this change happens in other places also. Like if you look at the Bhakti table, the Shashti Bhakti Bahuvachanam, for example, Rama or Balaka. Shashti Bhakti Ekavachanam is what? Balakasya, right? Balakasya. Agreed?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So there if you look at the Bahuvachanam, so for example, how does it sound in a sentence? Balakasya Balakasya Pustakam. Now, if there are many Balakas, then we'll use it as Balakanam.
Yeah. Balakanam.
Balakanam. This is the Shashti Bahuvachanam. So, Balakanam Pustakani. You can do that. Now, here also this na is there. So, here also na can be anywhere in between. So, this rule will apply. Now, whether the na changes to na, this rule will apply. We'll have to look first where there is a trigger letter. Trigger is one of those. R, ra, or sha. So, is there in this? Is it in this sentence? It is not there. So, forget this. Na will not change. But what about Rama? Rama. Na was there. But here the ra is there in the word. But in between there is a ma which belongs to pa series.
So it
this
changes.
Yeah, it changes.
Changes. Yeah.
It becomes Ramanam. Any other example? I'm thinking of an example where there are multiple letters in between. Like for example, wherever like Guru Charana is there, there's also Chara, that na last one becomes na here, Charana. Then one example which is not a little bit different is, but we can take this one. Prabhava. Prabhava is the effect, influence, or effect. So this one Prabhava, in this third vibhakti will be Prabhave na. Right? Here there is a ra here. Ra. Pa, ra, bha, va, na. So here bha, va they are in between. So is it going to change to na? So bha belongs to what series? Pa series, right?
Yes. Who?
Pa. Yeah. Pa, pa, ba, ba, ma. So this belongs to pa. So this will not prevent it. What va? Yeah, va is in that ya, va, ha. Right? So this will also not prevent it. So because of that, this changes to na. Prabhavena. However, this particular word Prabhava, it has a dual form. One is Prabhavena and Prabhavena because of some other reason. But generally, if there is a word like this where there are multiple letters in between, not preventing changing it to na, it will change to na. This is one example. But this one has both the forms, just FYI. Prabhavena and Prabhavena also, because of actually the reason is there are two sub-words in this single word. It looks like one word, but there are pra is considered as a separate word, bhava is considered a separate word. Because of that, this is as alternate form. But generally, like this, bhava, like if there are multiple words, it will change to na if they are not preventing. All of them are not preventing. Okay. Any question?
Sanjay ji,
Otherwise, we can stop here.
can we have some of the words, sentences like we did before, the examples, like we drink in the glass or jalam in the glass, like that, so we can get practice into using these vibhaktis.
Yeah. So in the
you.
practices in this also there is in this book also. Here there are translated to Sanskrit is there. Rama eats with Krishna. So your most are with here, but I will give you some few other examples where you can use the Tritiya Vibhakti as an instrument. Like Chamasena Khadati, Kashakena Pibati. Like so if you are cutting a fruit with a knife. For the knife, the word is churika. Churika is a akaranta strilinga word. So it can convert this into Tritiya Vibhakti because you are cutting the fruit with using the churika, using the knife. So that becomes an instrument. So you convert that.
And then with the intransitive words, we don't use the with. Intransitive verbs, right? And then the with is not used.
Transitive?
No, intransitive. When there's no object, right? So then there's no with.
No, this doesn't. No, the verb can be transitive. Then even then it could be having the instrument, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Like pustakam dadati is there, right? Pustakam dadati. So that is transitive, but using what? With what? With hastena dadati. Transitive is different. Now transitive applies only for whether the karma pada or the object is expected or not. But otherwise for the other vibhakti, transitive and intransitive doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay. Dhanyawada. Namaskara. Shubhadinam.
Dhanyawada, Sanjay. Namaskara.
Dhanyawada.
Thank you. Punamila.
Punarmidamaha.